The Real daytime co-host shames and shuts down YouTubers and bloggers. Hi, welcome to JOA. If you're new to my channel, please click subscribe and click the bell button so you'll be the first to know when I upload. Watch this clip and stick around because I have my commentary on this situation.
Why are we so quick to believe sources?
Yeah.
And why are we so quick to empower blogs and online news media that people start themselves without any credibility? It's so weird.
It sucks.
Like if reputable media can't even give the facts properly, what makes you believe that like a random blog on Instagram is telling the truth?
Right.
Like we watch these
go with
major reputable news outlets and we're like, that's correct. And sometimes their facts are off. We're looking at it like that is not correct.
Because people want to talk. People are just naturally nosy. People want to talk. The thing is with this situation, with the Colin Kaepernick situation, is that, and I've said this before, I think I said this last week, we don't know all the details. We don't know everything. And sometimes we don't know the details for our good. Jay-Z has never really, when he did speak, he spoke while he was in a news conference and people didn't like it. So now that he's not speaking, people don't like it. And sometimes you just got to let things work itself out for a reason.
I have a crazy idea.
What is it?
Shouldn't it somewhat be illegal to be a source without them saying who you are? I feel like if you feel bold enough to speak up about it, let your name be known. Say who you are. Who is source? That seems so cowardly.
Well, you can hit the...
it's just cowardly.
You can hit the person that is reporting the source. Like if you feel like defamation of character or things like that, then you can go to the actual, say, the media outlet.
How can we do that,
or something.
though? How can we do that? Because I feel like...
You put a cease and desist.
I know, but I feel helpless, honestly. You go on YouTube, you see so many stories about each and every one of us. They're so far from the truth. But what really sucks is they've got like 1 million to 2 million views. And I feel like the more divisive, the more like devious it is, right? The more views they get. So how can these people who do this, how can they get some consequences? Because they need to be held responsible because they're ruining some people's lives out there. And defamation of character.
They don't remember we have families.
We have lives.
We have lives.
And we have situations that affect our future. I remember when I was going through my divorce, it was insane to me that blogs were painting word by word scenarios that was actually adding fuel to the fire in which we were trying to put out. We were trying to move amicably in a way that would promote us to be happy. But when you hear and read things, you think that that person is doing a little trick on you, and then you have lawyers that are feeding things in your ears like, see, you got to do something. What are you going to do back? And it's so evil and disgusting that literally I have actually completely turned away from blogs and I've unfollowed, I've re-corrected all of my algorithms so I don't even see any type of gossip or news. And I learned that you have an algorithm in your mind. When you click on something, when you deposit it, you will start to actually, your brain has this thing called RAS, and it actually plays over. So if you say to yourself, like, I'm not good enough, you will see reasons why you're not good enough constantly. Every day. If you click on gossip, you will constantly see that fade of BS all the time. So you have to control your algorithm and control your actions to clean your mind of clutter.
I do want to say, I do think that there are some good blogs, and I think that there are some bad blogs. And I'm going to tell you why. I know I can only speak for, I think, people of color blogs. For a long time, we weren't allowed into mainstream white media. Like, we don't get picked up a lot. Like, shout out to people.com because y'all picked up. Okay, magazine can be, you know what I mean? But it's like, we do need press. In order to keep our show on, we need press. So I can't dog all of the blogs, but there are some blogs that's just ridiculous, and sometimes
they're negative.
You have to stand up and you have to say, okay, this is ridiculous. You know, and
tell us who your sources are. That's all I'm saying.
But I don't want to diss all blogs. There are some good blogs.
I felt like Adrian Bailon was talking about selective YouTubers who do post videos lying about the co-hosts of The Real and mentioning a source without actually saying a source's name. However, YouTubers are not the only one that does this. Celebrity reporters on television always say, according to my sources. I hear all the time, especially when I watch celebrity reporters from the Huffington Post, Clever News on YouTube, who I've watched for many years, E! News, I believe, does this, and many others. It does not mean it is false, but I do agree with that the source should be named because that does bother me. However, Jeannie Mai rubbed me off the wrong way. I actually consider her as my favorite co-host on The Real. You know, she was the underdog, and I felt the girls on the show low-key bullied her, especially Lonnie, when Tamar got loud at her on The Real in the past. Jeannie said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that these YouTubers and bloggers have no credibility since they are not working for media TV outlets, that they should not be seen as credible. Jeannie, I do not know what Jeezy is doing with your hymen, but you have me looking at you sideways. First and foremost, you do not need to work on television to be deemed as credible. In fact, there are many on TV, people who were deemed as credible that lost their credibility. Let's name a few. Matt Lauer, Charlie Rose, Brian Williams, local reporters who often also get fired to end up in national news for saying stupid and outlandish things. This happens many times. Jeannie, I am a Middle Eastern Palestinian man that went to school to become a radio television personality. I interned at a news station because at first I thought I was going to become a news reporter, but then after doing that, I felt like it wasn't for me, because no offense, I don't want to go to a story such as like a Black Lives Matter story and report the facts and not have my own opinion on it. I want to give Lonnie her props, though, about saying people of color do not get a shot in the TV industry, because she is correct. I'm going on 3 years since I graduated college, and I have tried many times to get my foot in the door in radio. Mind you, my interest was to work, and it still is to work in the hip-hop and R&B radio stations, television stations, but they did not want to give me a chance. So it's not only white media, it's also people of color. So, Jeannie Mai, a lot of these TV stations are now on YouTube because they see the new quote-unquote digital media millennial marketing is going to be the thing of the future. Jeannie Mai, YouTuber Lily Singh has now a talk show on television because she's come from YouTube and has come for blogging. Jeannie Mai, I am a Palestinian Middle Eastern American, Jeannie Mai, and I have graduated college going on 3 years in December, went to multiple interviews for television and radio station with a resume, with a college degree, with some experience, and they did not want to hire me. Why? I don't know. But however, people at the station often don't have the experience that I have, but yet they get hired over me. So I am blessed that we live in a day and age of YouTube and social media, because YouTube has opened the doors for me and has allowed me to basically do commentary and do what I love to do, so I can open doors in the future for myself. So now I can have people coming to me instead of me going to people. So in the future, I can have a television talk show say, hey, I like JOA, I like his commentary, I feel there's a market for him, he's a Palestinian American, you know, he grew up in an urban community, you know, he's multicultural, he knows Latino, he knows the Latin language, Spanish, he knows Arabic, he knows English, he's very cultural, and he can appease to a wide scale of audience like Oprah Winfrey. He's very enlightened. He knows things about law of attraction, about self-development, about mindset, and he also does celebrity commentary. He's a singer. So, you know, now in the future, when I have talk shows coming to me, it's because YouTube has opened the doors for me. So the fact that you're saying that these bloggers and these YouTubers don't have credibility, and I understand some do lie to get a lot of views and subscribers on their channel, and I understand you went through a scandal, but look, that's not these YouTubers or bloggers' fault. Your ex-alleged friend, or whoever she was to you, your acquaintance, you know, Freddie's baby mama, was the one talking to these reporters and bloggers. And nowadays, anybody can get a license in journalism and go to an event and say, hey, and get an LLC and say, hey, my name is John Doe and I work for John Doe Media and I want to cover a story. So having some type of resume doesn't make you credible. What makes you credible is what's in your heart. What makes you credible is morality. What makes you credible is loyalty. What makes you credible is honesty. What makes you credible is stating a story based on facts. That's journalism, you know. And the fact that you are also making commentary on the reel, but yet you are a stylist, you're not a TV personality, you didn't go to school, you don't have a college degree, and the fact that you're saying just because you went through a huge freaking scandal with your divorce and your ex-husband's now new wife, or whoever the fuck she is to him, is now saying things to these bloggers and is reporting on a story, you know, don't blame that situation or your situation on YouTubers and bloggers who are trying to be on the come up. Don't stop the hustle. Because you are an Asian American and you know how the situation is with Asians where they are deemed to have eye surgery and all to be on TV. So I'm thankful for Lonnie for stating her case and for basically saying that white media do not want people of color on television. So Jeannie Mai, please have several seats in the word of Tamar Braxton, and do realize that you do the same thing, but you're on television. You're on a different platform, but yet you have no college degree. You have no television experience in terms of journalistic integrity, but the fact that you are still making commentary on political issues, you are still making commentary on civil rights issues, you're still making commentary on celebrities, but yet you are a stylist that hustled her way up to a top, that's self-made, which I respect you for, but you have no experience making commentary on that situation. So does that make you credible? Anyways, you all, let me know what you think in the comments below. I felt some type of way about the situation. I'm saying it in a respectful way, but at the same time, I'm being a little aggressive. Also, please subscribe and click the bell button so you'll be the first to know when I upload. Deuces! Yeah!
I'm feeling